everybody, Daryl and Holly, Exquisite Exotics here. I had to wait a little bit to get her to laugh, but I still got it. So today's video is, what is it, Holly?
Update on our 2021 season.
You call it update. I'm going to call it wrap.
Well, end of season.
It's a
Yeah,
wrap.
true.
On 2021 ball python season.
Yes.
Excuse me.
Gecko's still going on
Yeah.
because of the time that we do that.
Yep.
This is already starting off fantastic.
That's great. So as of this recording, we just pulled what we believe is our last clutch of the season, unless we get any weird surprises of girls that we weren't expecting to go, and this may be an ovulation or something. We think we're done. Mm-hmm. So unless the girl, A, we missed the ovulation, or B, the follicles were super small when we did our final check for follicles for the year, and we didn't feel it because we were just doing it by hand. And then she has an ovulation that we miss. We are done for the season. So, we ended the season with, Holly, how many clutches?
18.
18 clutches.
If you want to call it that. 18 females laid.
Yes, we'll get to that. So, 18 clutches, 18 girls laid this year. To our previous year's 9. Mm-hmm. Fantastic. But what I want to start with, because I want to get the bad stuff out of the way first, is I want to start with the bad. And then move on to the good. So I know the last week's video that you guys saw was clutch number 8, so there's a lot more videos coming. We've still got clutches shutting out. We've got clutches still in the incubator. So we have more videos coming for clutches for the season, but we're officially, like, breeding-wise done. So now it's just waiting for the stuff to hatch and shut out and all that good stuff. So there's going to be a lot more videos for clutches for the year. It's not the last one. Number 8's not the last one when we tell you we have 18 clutches. And then there's going to be a lot more stuff for sale from the year, too, as well. Unfortunately, I think a lot of the stuff for sale this year is going to be for sale by the time it gets to be winter and we can't ship. So, that's what it is. But, the bad. You want to sum up this season with one word?
Slugs.
Slugs. Slugs, 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 and more slugs. And the worst part is we don't particularly know why. So it could just be an anomaly season, and you'll see as we do more and more videos. I mean, you guys have already seen this year, like 2,
A few of
let's
them.
see, 8. I think by 8 we were already at 2 slug clutches you've probably already
So
seen.
maybe.
And maybe one clutch where we only got like 1 or 2 eggs out of it. Excuse me. I'm going to clear my throat a lot in this video, I apologize. So it's already been a lot, and I can tell you in your upcoming videos, you're going to see more. Which is odd because it's not like the females. So we've had a slug clutch here and there. Mm-hmm. But not to this percentage of the number of clutches we're producing. Now, of course, as you produce more clutches, you're probably going to produce more slug clutches. Mathematics. But the percentage of the total number of clutches was a lot higher this year. Mm-hmm. And they were from females that were bred to different males. So it's not like we can point to a specific male and say, hey, he's infertile.
Some were first year versus some had laid before for us.
Yep,
so there's not really like a connection of, well, she just is infertile.
No issue there. They were in different racks. So it's not like one rack is causing a problem. They were in different heights in our rack, so it's not like it's one row of heat tape that's causing an issue. So I'm not exactly sure. We have one theory, and it's a long shot, and I'll wait on that one. No, you know what? I'll mention it.
You have to now.
So we did change rat breeders before this season started, probably late into last season. So, you know, there is, I guess, the chance
that they just are adjusting to the food, or they're not taking to it as well, or whatever.
Maybe the rat breeder. I don't want.
Well, no.
I like our rat breeder.
Yeah, I like
put it that way.
And the rats always look healthy and
Always
good.
look
Otherwise, we
great.
wouldn't keep buying from him. I mean, clearly. But, I mean, you've seen our videos in the past where we did a Rodent Pro versus Lane Lab versus Cold Blooded Cafe comparison. Thank you. But this is local. We want to help a local business too, and everything looked great. And a lot of people buy from them.
And
so we don't want to pinpoint that, but that's the only change that consistent among all of them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, Daryl was mentioning the rack and the temperatures and the different age of the breeding females. So like there's so many different factors there. The only thing that's consistent is we changed food. So
but
what does that mean?
But it's odd because like you just mentioned, we've done rats from all over the place. We've never really stuck consistently with one rat breeder. We've kind of just been
whatever's cheapest
cheap
and the
and the
best
quality looks
quality
decent.
and or whatever. So
yeah. So I don't know. I don't think that's what it is, but it is the only consistent thing that we have thought of so far that could possibly be it.
I mean,
But I don't think that's it. So don't think I'm saying our rat breeder. I actually like our
no,
rat
but
breeder a
we
lot.
like to tell you everything. So
Yeah.
we hope that education helps everybody. So information helps everybody. So
I guess the big question.
something to keep in mind.
The big question before we wrap up the bad stuff, because I don't have anything else really bad to say about the season, do you?
No, listen,
that's
all the knock on whatever wood, my head, the females all bounce back. They're all healthy. The one we just pulled a clutch from yesterday, she was super strong feeling already. Like she was able to grip very well and she was calm. Like it's not like we've had those kind of bad issues. It's just the eggs we've received.
So I guess in conclusion, what are we going to do about this? And I guess our answer
We'll
right
let
now.
you know later.
Well, our answer right now is unless things change, we're not going to change anything for
That's
next
what I mean.
season.
We're going to keep another year of what we do as practice because that's what we've been doing for four or 5 years. 4 years now. So we're going to see, was this just an odd
Fluke
year? We had a really great 2020. So why not have,
Yeah, 2020 was fantastic
why
for
not
us.
have the stars align differently this year?
So
And maybe it just looks bad in comparison to 2020.
Yeah, and so just to prove whether it was a fluke year or not, I think we're going to try to keep everything consistent for next season and see if we see any change. And if we don't, then clearly we need to change something and figure out what we're going to change. And if we do, then it was just a fluke year, which flukes happen, especially when you're talking about things with like breeding animals, right? Like it's nature. Things happen.
And they've earned free will too.
We've debated the, a lot of people use like backup males, and we debated that being the solution. But you know what? This year we had clutches from the same male to a different female, and some of the clutches from that male were fantastic, and then slug outs from other ones. From that same male, at the same basic time period that they were laid within a couple days of each other, 2 separate females, both bred to the exact same male, one slugged out, one didn't. So I can't even point it to be like, our males aren't great, or this male, was kind of crappy, or, this is why you need backup males. It is a solid producing male. He is really good for us. And
We're talking about our Lemon Blast.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And we had a clutch slug out from him. And it's weird because none of the other clutches, and he's had a few clutches this year, slugged out. They all look pretty good, except for that one. So, I don't know. I can't point to one particular
There were all kinds
thing.
of things that happened this year.
Yeah.
All kinds of things. Just in general. We had the one female that didn't go, that laid for us last year. That's
kind of normal.
No, not that. But she looked like she had ovulated because she puffed out in that balloon, the football shape that she did, and she ended up not going. So we were like, what's happening? Like, it's just so just weird things all year. Weird things with every single one of them. I don't think there was any one that we were just like, wow, that went smooth, because I think so much stuff was going on.
Maybe a snake room's haunted.
Did we
Bring in a
build
ghost?
this on
Did he bring in a ghost?
an old cemetery or something?
I don't know.
It's
Maybe.
spooky season. So
It is Halloween season. Maybe we solved the problem right now. Anyway, enough with the bad. So the good.
Yeah.
The good. 18 clutches?
18.
18
clutches is more clutches than we've ever produced in total in the past 3 years that we did this.
Yes.
Which is amazing. From 2018 was our first year that we bred. 2019, 2020 combined, we didn't have 18 clutches. So this was a big deal.
This was a big deal, hitting this many clutches in 1 year. And we started the season breeding 19 females. We had a few that got up to size kind of a little later in the season, and we bred them as well. In total, I think we bred 25 females this year. But a lot of them were first year, and some of those, again, they were really late in the season that we started breeding them just to see if we would get a clutch out of them because they were up to size. So that was pretty good. To start the season with 19 females and end up the year with 18 of them laying something, whether it be slugs or eggs. By the way, when we say clutches, whether it's a slug or an egg, we consider a clutch. It's a good clutch or a bad clutch.
And the female went full term.
Yeah, she
and
laid
for us.
something. So to get 18 out of 19 from starting is pretty darn good. I can't complain about that. And I would say for odds at the beginning of the year, they were a little lackluster.
Odds in genetics?
Yes.
That we were getting?
Genetic odds. They were a little
For some that came first.
lackluster.
Some of the seasons, geez. Some of the pairings that laid first.
But I will say, yeah.
Okay.
But I will say some of these clutches that you're going to see coming up in the next several weeks, the odds were in our favor tremendously. I'm not going to give away which clutch, but we had a het-to-het clutch.
Oh, that the odds were supposed to be what, 1 in 4?
1 in 4 for a visual.
4 out of the 6.
Yeah.
So it's
yeah.
hopefully 2 because they're still shedding. So
I was kind of talking over you, so hopefully they heard that. I'm gonna repeat it just in case it's my fault for talking over Holly.
Well, if you were talking over me, they heard you, not me. So you should apologize to me.
I said I apologize.
I'm just messing with you.
I did apologize. Look at how mean she
I'm
is to me.
messing with you.
I even apologized, and she's like, "You should apologize." Anyway,
You know I'm just messing with you.
so it was head-to-head. So the odds were what Holly said: 1 in 4 should have been visual recessive, and we got 4 out of 6. I mean,
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
That's pretty awesome. And then we had another visual to het where should have been 50%, and I think we got 5 out of 6. And
Now I'm trying to be like, which one? Were they the back-to-back clutches?
yes.
Okay, then yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah. So the odds at the end of the season have been fantastic. So
Better.
Yeah, much better. So at a minimum, I think we've kind of evened out on the odds for the year. I think at a minimum, if not like slightly exceeded them. So I'm pretty happy with that.
Some of those things I think make up for even having the slug clutches.
Yeah.
Just because it's it's rejuvenating to see.
It is. It is.
Babies born and
Healthy.
shedding and healthy and all that stuff.
Yeah. And we got good thing from the season, and I'll kind of throw this in for the season. Even though this was a baby from last year, we had a sharkmouth baby from last year that we assist fed for like
a year almost.
Was it a year?
Yeah,
No. It was like 6 months. It was a late season clutch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like
it was the last clutch of the season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was like 6 months of us assist feeding this little sharkmouth baby, and they finally started eating on their own. And then they sold it to somebody. So they went to their forever home, sold as pet, sold pet only with the sharkmouth. But
What's great is that person told us that they have other animals that are kind of like that that for their pets, and it made me feel good. It was going to a good home then.
So that was a highlight too. Just because we put a lot of time and effort into that animal to try to get them to thrive, and it was a lot of assist feeding every week.
Mm-hmm. And because of their size, we fed them every 5 days, so it wasn't even once a week.
Yeah.
So it was a lot.
It was a lot of work, but
They freaking did it.
they did start eating on their own, and we'd watched a video early on when we hatched a sharkmouth. It was our first sharkmouth. That they may never eat on their own. Sharkmouths may need assist fed for their entire life. Which, had it been that, we probably would have tried to find a home for it. Eventually, to be like, hey, this is a special needs snake. It needs a home. But they started eating on their own, and that was amazing.
Yeah.
Any other big highlights for the season?
Well, I mean, not necessarily breeding, but you branching out, expanding.
Well, expanding the business.
Talking about that.
This is supposed to be a breeding season update.
Yeah, but it's still
like
it's a big deal to us and what it means for the business and what
True.
it could mean for breeding in the future.
It's true.
So kind of a big deal. I'm proud of you for that.
Thanks.
See, I can be mean and nice.
Yeah. Get rid of the mean and keep the nice.
I'm not even trying to be mean.
Let's see. What else from the season?
Let's see. If we're only, Yeah, because I'm just thinking of breeding, but we did a lot this year. It wasn't just breeding. But if we're only talking about breeding, I guess we don't need to.
Yeah, it's really breeding. We did have two, one more, I guess I added one more negative thing because I thought there was no more negative. We did have two important males their first year, and neither one of them would lock for us. So we have, I'm going to have to turn around for this one because I can't even remember all the genes off the top of my head. Super Pastel, Banana, Mojave, Hidden Gene Woma, Het, Ultramel. They would not breed to any of our Ultramel stuff we put them to. And then we have our Soul Sucker Desert Ghost, which wouldn't lock with anything either. So hopefully, it was just a first year problem for them. And we will try again this coming season. They are signed up to be paired with stuff, so hopefully. But yeah, that was a little bummer, I guess, at the beginning of the season. So we had to make changes in our breeding plans. We clearly would breed them the whole season. When they refused to lock, we're like, you know what? You guys are out. The other males are in. So hopefully this year we'll get stuff from them because it's two really good high-end males that we have. Especially the Ultramel one because our Ultramel stuff...
As you heard in another video.
Yeah. So
was lacking.
It was lacking this year. Especially given how much Ultramel we have in our collection. It's a lot. But we don't really have a lot of codoms in our Ultramel stuff right now. We have a whole bunch of other recessives, so double and triple recessive stuff. So that's a lot of codoms in one animal to go straight into Ultramel, at one time. So at a minimum, we're going to get pastel out of it because it's super pastel. So, and that's also assuming that's what it is. With that many genes, of course, there's the possibility that maybe it was a little misidentified. That can happen. But we do.
Yeah, we've had that happen before. Where we found genes. So.
Yeah. But the parent information is, would match that, I think. So we asked what the pairing was on that one. So. Anything else from the season? Overall, I'm okay with it. It wasn't great because of all the slugs, but it wasn't bad because we got 18 clutches. It was a okay season.
It was okay.
Could have been better.
And okay is just okay.
Could have been way worse.
Exactly. Could have been way worse.
So that's really all I have.
Same.
Yeah. It pretty much wraps up our season.
Yeah.
If you guys have questions on our season, feel free to put them in the doobly-doos down below.
I will say that you're seeing this video this week. In a couple weeks after we've put out more, final clutch videos showing you after they've shed out and everything, you'll probably see us maybe do a 2022 season.
Yeah, so, by the way, when I said doobly-doos, I meant comments for those of you who don't speak Daryl. So upcoming videos. We can do that real quick. There's going to be a holiday sale. Clearly, holidays are coming up, so watch out for that. A whole bunch more clutch videos. Clearly, you guys have only seen the 8, and we just said 18, so you got 10 more of those coming. 2022 breeding season video. That's going to be coming up. Yep. We have that pairing list for ourselves done. If you guys have thoughts on how you want to see that, so... We've done it different ways in different years. Sometimes we just read through the list. We kind of thought it was maybe a little boring. Last year, we put on a male with all the females he's going to onto a table, talk about them together. We could do it that way. Or if you have another way that you've seen somebody else do it that you're like, you know what, here's a great way to show your pairings for the season, feel free. It's a lot of pairings. It's probably going to be multiple videos, honestly. It's probably going to be part 1 and part 2. It's 30 total females.
Oh, okay, yeah, but only a few males. So if not few males, but like less than 30 males. So if you put the male and all the females that he's going with around him, like what we did last year, the year before.
Maybe.
It's going to be a shorter video.
Maybe you could do it in one. But anyway, if you guys have a good way you'd like to see the breeding season stuff, let us know. So we got our pairings all written out. We're going to have to do that soon. We are actually, typically we would have already started our breeding season by now.
But we would normally do when we came back from Tinley, which would have been like a week or two ago, 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
But we didn't go, and like we said, we just pulled a clutch yesterday, the last clutch of the season. So
we're gonna wait till probably November to start breeding this year instead of starting in October. But I will say, we're getting to the point where we might need to start thinking about the idea of just breeding year round. It might be a possibility. It might just get to that point at some point. Those videos coming up. Anything else?
Nope.
All right.
This video is long enough.
Probably. All right, well, if that's all you got, then the normal YouTube stuff. Like, comment, subscribe, and we will...
Doobly-doos?
Put the comments in the doobly-doos. And we will see you all. Got our laugh at the end and the beginning of the video. It's a win for today. And we will see you all next week.
Take care.
Bye, everybody.